All right. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So welcome to our live reading sprints here. I don't know if anybody's here. I feel like Cozy Row, you're usually the first one who always comes to our reading sprints.
We promoted it on our Discord for March Mystery Madness. So hopefully a few people come from there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We put it up there earlier today and saw some people that said that they, were going to try to make it. So
Cool.
Sophia said she's in our chats quite a bit. I think she was going to pop into something, but she's in the UK. So her hours are,
It's
late
for her. That means
this is like
I know.
midnight for her.
It's 11 p.m. for her then now because she's 8 hours ahead of me and it's 3 for me.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's when she comes almost every week. I'm like, how are you up? That's amazing. I mean, I love you, but I told her today, I was like, when she told me she was coming for sure, I don't know if I put it in the regular chat, Cozy, or if I put it in just a DM to her, but I was like, you can't see me right now, but I'm doing the happy dance. And she started laughing. She's like, I want to see it. I was like, oh no, that's why I'm not.
It was in the regular chat.
Oh, okay. But
hi, Robin and Kristen.
Hello.
I don't think I've met you before, Robin, or officially Kristen. I don't know if I've met you officially.
Yeah, hi.
I don't know, but it's good to meet you, Cozy.
You too.
I know you've definitely been in the comments on videos, on live streams we've done, but it's nice to talk to you, like, for real.
Yeah. I've enjoyed your videos that I've watched.
Thank you.
Robin, I like your haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Did you just do it?
I did it a couple days ago.
Have you ever had it that short?
This is the shortest I've ever gone. I've done maybe an inch long before, but this is the shortest I've done. So.
You like it?
Yeah.
It would feel so amazing. I could just never do it, but it must feel, oh my God, it must feel incredible.
I took a shower afterwards just to get all the hair off of me. And as soon as I stepped out, I just rubbed the towel over and it was dry. And I'm like, oh wow, this is awesome.
Incredible. That is incredible. Hi, Sophia. Speaking of, we were just talking about you.
Hi. There we go.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Robin. I'm sorry I didn't say anything. I actually thought you had your hair pulled back.
I usually do have it up, and that's kind of why I decided to shave it. It feels exactly like my hair is up right now.
Yeah.
But obviously, I would keep my hair up for hours, and it would hurt to have it up. So it's just
yeah.
Got so tired of it.
That would be so liberating. Just to, oh my gosh.
It is. It feels nice. I also just pet myself constantly now. So.
How do you see the chat? Do you have to open up a YouTube page?
It's
see where it says private chat. If you hit next to comment, if you hit comments next to that, you can see the comments.
Oh, awesome.
But I don't know how to actually comment unless you open up a YouTube page.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to do that. I mean,
thank you though. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh, cherry. Stop.
So what is everybody reading today?
Let's do introductions first, because I don't know. I don't think I've met Sophia before, so I'll just start and then we'll go that direction. So my name is Jessica. We're on my booktube channel right now, Lady Lovestead Reads. So for introduction, let's do who you are, what your channel is, what you like to read. So I like to read everything. I call myself the omnivorous reader. So I read everything: mysteries, nonfiction, contemporary, classics, romance, fantasy, sci-fi, everything, literally. This is my cat Cherry. I guess she's gonna join us today.
She's so sweet.
All
right, Tiffany.
Oh, I'm Tiffany. I'm from the Beach Bum Bookworm, and I read cozy mysteries and romance. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Robin. I'm from Spicy Miso Ramen, and I read mostly sci-fi.
Cool.
My name is
Cozy?
Yeah, my name is Ro, and my channel is Cozy Reads Mystery. I read nothing but cozy mysteries, and I just started my YouTube channel back in February. And yeah, And this is Nova.
Oh, hi, Nova.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen. My channel is Moonlit Books, and I mostly read young adult fantasy and contemporary. I do dabble in sci-fi and like some other stuff every once in a while, but fantasy and contemporary holds my heart.
I feel like we're going to bring Cozy. I feel like we're going to bring Jessica and Kristen into Cozy Mysteries very soon because I've got them on the hook, which is the titles.
It's just the titles.
I had a question about cozies because I think I read one and I just want to know if it actually would be a cozy mystery or not. Let me grab it because I don't even like know what it's called off the top of my head because I'm terrible with titles.
Between the two of us, we pretty much know the entire genre, so we should know.
Is this a cozy mystery?
I can't see that.
It's A Lady's Guide to Mischief and Mayhem by Amanda Collins.
Off the top of my head, I don't think it is. But
it's totally fair. I read it and it takes place in England in the 1800s, and the main character works at a newspaper. She publishes and writes her own newspaper, but she specifically writes a column about murders and mysteries that are happening. And so throughout this book she ends up working on a mystery to solve a murder, and it felt like it had similar energy to what could be a cozy mystery.
Definitely could. I'm looking it up now.
What you're describing sounds like it could definitely be a cozy mystery.
The tags are romance, mystery, historical fiction. There's no cozy mystery tag, but it's on the cusp.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm almost there. I almost made it.
And the cover is very cozy. I've noticed that a lot of adult romance, contemporary romance, are having the more cartoony covers, which is very cozy.
Yeah.
But if you enjoyed that, it might be a good thing to dip your toes in because it seems very cozy-esque.
Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm truly on my way to reading cozy mysteries.
I really think you are. Every time they come, I'm like, oh, they're one step closer. I know I'm pulling them in. It's just slowly.
You could always try. Everybody could always try our book for next month as our first book club book. So Dark and Stormy Murder by Julia Buckley. And I hear it's really good. People love it. And it's a writer apprentice series. So I think she's a writer staying in a house. And
oh, cool.
I can get that from my library. I looked that up. So I'll be able to. Yeah, I'll be able to join you for that. I also want to say hi to Amy, who just joined.
Hi,
Amy. Amy's one of my buddies. I think, Amy, you read mostly fantasy, I think, if I recall from your channel. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it does, Sophia. Whatever Kristen, the book was that you were describing sounds wonderful. It actually sounds like something I would really like.
I've heard of that before. I think maybe Sarah from the Bookish Knitter read it because it sounded really familiar.
I think
it sounds like something maybe she would read. Yeah.
I think Amanda Collins has written other similar books as well. So there could be a chance that you've just heard her name floating around.
That could be too. The Julia Buckley book that Cozy was just talking about for book club. Obviously, we haven't read that, but I think both of us have read the other series by her, haven't you, Cozy?
The Undercover Dish, yeah.
And it's very good. So,
but that's a little more niche. It's not you know what I mean? If I think you should be an established Cozy reader to read that one.
I'm just talking about I'm just saying she has a good writing style. Yeah.
Her writing style is great.
That it will be enjoyable for people.
And I haven't heard one bad thing about that book. Everybody that's read it, The Dark and Stormy Murder, has read it.
Awesome. Well, what is everybody reading today for sprints? I can start. So I'm reading Root Magic, which is a middle grade fantasy. A lot of my other middle grade readers keep recommending this one. So I will probably be able to finish it during our sprints today because I'm pretty close to the end. So
cool.
I'm going to work on that.
Awesome. I am reading the first in a cozy mystery by Laura Bradford. It's her Amish series. It's called Hearse and Buggy instead of Horse and Buggy.
So dumb. I love it.
Is that a reread?
No. Yes. It's a reread. I've read the first two, but I'm trying to get through at least a few more before I interview her, because I've read every one of her Southern Sewing Circle, but I've only read, I think it's 3 of these, but it's been a lot of years ago. Yeah. So I'm trying to reread them so that I can read a couple more of them. But I'm kind of remembering a little bit of it, but still not enough to move on. So it's really good though.
And you have an interview with the author coming up?
I do. So this author writes one of my all-time favorite series, which is the Southern Sewing Circle series. She writes it as Elizabeth Lynn Casey. It's so good. And I'm interviewing her. I think it's the 27th. Yeah. Nice. Very exciting.
So it sounds like Amy reads some mystery. Do share which ones you read. What is the one it's at?
I dip my toe. I do want to know.
It's probably mystery thriller.
True.
I am all punny today. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. One of the authors, Ellie Alexander, cozy mystery author, said one of her first manuscripts that didn't get published was something that's called One Dead Toe. That made me think of
it. Yeah.
Me.
I was like, please independently publish that so I can read it.
Robin, what are you reading?
All right. I'm currently reading Alex and AI's Guide to Love and Murder, which is the coolest book title I've ever heard. And I almost finished it last night, but it was getting too late. So I've got like 20 pages left of that. So I brought my backup book, which is The Echo Wife by Sarah Gailey.
Oh, okay.
And did you read that? I have that on hold at the library.
What genre
so good.
What genre is Echo?
They're both sci-fi. Echo is about, it's like the main character made a clone of herself, and then her clone has an affair, or her husband has an affair with the clone, and then like her husband dies mysteriously, and it's like, I don't know, like the clone and the wife do something, but it just sounds cool. And yeah, I'm trying to read my 2021 read, so these both came out in 2021. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to go, Kristen, next?
Sure. I am reading The Rose and the Dagger, which is the second book. It's the sequel to The Wrath and the Dawn, and it's YA fantasy. It's kind of all over the place right now. I'm like halfway through, and I feel like I say this every time we're on a reading sprint, but it's at the point where I don't know what's going on. Like, I know what's going on, but like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm just like hoping for the best. They're like on the brink of war. So like, who's to say what's gonna go on?
Oh.
Back when I used to read YA fantasy, I didn't start reading purely cozy until 2018. And so like in 2017 and before I started that, The Wrath and the Dawn was so popular and I almost picked it up. And like the premise is really unique, like, but it's like a play on an old story. Like he gets a new wife and kills her every day or something.
So like the first book, pretty much all I knew going into the book was that the king had been taking a new bride every night and she was dead before sunrise. Like that is like the premise going in. And the main character, one of her best friends was taken by the king and killed. So she like goes in with a revenge plan to like kill him. And then they fall in love because of course they have to fall in love, right? So, but that's where we're at. So
kind of like Arabian Nights where like,
I think that's what
someone every day, and then
I think it's the retelling type of thing. Yeah, it's like here, cat.
Oh my God, she's just wanting attention so bad today.
And my ebook I've been trying to read, but the last couple of days I haven't had time, so I'm super excited to get some done. I've been reading on my Kindle, and it's One Foot in the Grove. It's the first book in the Olive Grove mystery by Kelly Lane. And then I might switch to audiobook a little bit. And that is the third book in the Apple Orchard, Red, Dead, Delicious or something.
Oh, by Sheila Connolly?
Yeah, Red, Delicious, Death, I think. Yeah, Sheila Connolly. Which it's so good. Okay, so it's so she like inherits this old farmhouse and orchard from her family member, and she's she's from Boston and she's in like newspaper or something, so she's like not used to the farm life. And in each book it's like a little bit of her personal life and then a mystery happens. And we're getting now in the third book we're getting to the point where it's close to the apple orchard starting to come into harvest. And it's so funny that I'm so excited about it because she's been building it up for 3 books about how scared she is about when apple harvest season comes and it's so busy. And it's like, I'm getting excited about apples coming into season, but the writing is so good. It's just drawing me in.
I love that.
It sounds so like immersive that you're like actually feeling what she's feeling too.
That's the good thing about cozy mysteries is they're very character driven. There's not a lot of action, there's mystery and action, but it's mostly character driven. So you get so attached to these characters and their personal lives, and there's a lot of them are unique stories because they don't want to tell the same thing over and over. So it's just like I get invested and they become like friends and you like the community, and you just want to keep reading about them, and that's what I love about it.
Oh.
So Amy said that she's read Jane Harper for mysteries. Does that sound?
Don't think I've heard of her.
Someone any of you heard of?
I don't know that author name.
Good reads.
Recently, and she says, I recently read The Lost Man.
Oh, she wrote The Dry, which I have heard of.
Oh yeah, somebody else recently was reading that. Scott, I think recently read that.
So that's a mystery, probably like a thriller mystery. The Dry. That one sounds interesting. It's like is it post-apocalyptic? I don't know. No, there's a YA book called The Dry or something.
You didn't call me.
Interesting.
All right. So are we ready to go ahead and do some sprinting? We could go right to 7:00. It's like not 7:00. No. What am I thinking? I'm in a different time zone, so I'm trying to think in Eastern time.
Are you in Pacific time?
I'm in Central time.
Okay, I'm in Pacific.
So it's around 5:15, 18-ish. So we could go to 5:45, which would be 6:45 Eastern time. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
Okay. All right. Happy reading.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Okay. How is everybody's reading?
I'll put on my headphones.
It was good. They haven't gone to war yet, but no one ever talks to each other in books, and it makes me crazy. Because I'm just like, if you guys would have like one whole conversation, we could avoid so much of this. It makes me insane.
Yeah, you see that so often in romance, where it's like just
absolutely
some communication.
Well, this one has a love triangle, so it's worse because they're not. None of the. It just is a mess. I'm like, guys, stop, please.
I'm about 20% in. It's good so far. Really enjoying it.
Good. So the one that you're reading, Cozy, is it like a food-based cozy? Or
this one's Olive Grove, but it's more. This one's interesting. And so it's food, but it's also like orchard, or it's also like farm type, like. So, because her family owns an olive farm, and so she's moved. The interesting part is, so she moved back to her family's, farm or what plantation, because it's in Georgia, and I love the way they say y'all all the time, and all the Southern talk. It's really awesome. And then, because I'm not used to that, because I'm from California, and then, so she moved back after, she was like a runaway bride. So she left her fiance, and he was like a news weatherman. So like they made a big publicity thing about it. So he's being hounded by reporters and everybody back from Boston. I forget what town she was from. But so she's trying to avoid all the things. They put it on YouTube, like a Julia Roberts runaway bride type of thing. So she's like hiding from that. So now she's she's trying to help her father olive oil business, promote that, and now the cook just left, so now she doesn't know how to cook, so now she's supposed to cook for the guests because they have an inn at their plantation. So it's just she's trying to adjust to her new life, and it's really funny so far because she's not having a good time with it.
So many layers happening there.
That's the thing about cozies, like they're so interesting. Like when you said that people don't talk to each other, I'm like, oh my god, they talk to each other all like crazy in that genre. There's so many layers. That's why they're so good. And that she keeps having flashbacks. So it'll be her present day life, and then they'll flash back to the runaway bride type situation, like how it all happened. And it's been layered. So now I got the whole picture of how it happened. I'm like, oh, that's how it happened. Because when you get bits and pieces, you're kind of lost until you get the full story.
Cool.
It's good. What about you, Robin?
I am like 4 pages from finishing my book. So like a little.
Just keep reading. We don't care.
I know. I want to. Yeah, it's been crazy. Like I'm at the murder part of the book. So.
But then is all the action only happened in the last few pages? I hate when that happens.
It's like I would say like the last quarter of the book has been all action. So I've just been like glued to it. Just like I honestly don't know if like they're gonna make it out. Like I kind of feel like the author might kill everyone. So I'm like really
a George R.R. Martin type of thing.
Right.
Oh, hi, Ambi.
So Amy said she's read 20 pages of the book she's reading for a readathon. Amy, what book is it that you're reading?
For the spring. Oh.
So a semi-definitive list of worst nightmares. That's an awesome title.
Title.
Yeah, the title's actually pretty awesome. Hi, Ambi.
What genre is that? Oh, is that K. George?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
It's the first
Sophia's
one.
read 4% of Revenge is Sweet.
It's the first book in the Vintage Sweet series. It's so
another author that she's interviewing. Tiffany's like reached out to like 20 authors, and all of them are saying yes, and she's like, oh my god.
Tiffany is the cozy author guru.
I know.
She's like the cozy author whisperer.
And she's pulling in huge names too. Oh
there
my
you
God.
go. Jessica, I like that.
But we have to cut her off because now she's like scheduled till like June.
Oh my gosh.
Really? Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's like a NetGalley thing where you trust too much.
I make this joke. I'm like, it's kind of like the bartender at the end of the night that like cuts you off when you've had too much. I need that in my life, like for books. Like somebody just needs to set limits for me because I'm clearly not able to stop myself. The self-control is not there. Oh, yeah.
But it's the best addiction to have is books.
True.
Can't hurt anybody.
True.
I'm not sure. I think YA contemporary possible magical realism.
Yeah. Cool. So for the semi-definitive list of worst nightmares, sounds like magical realism. YA contemporary sounds interesting.
Now is magical realism? It's like our world, but there's magic in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've heard that term thrown around, and I just wasn't sure. So it's not like full on like paranormal. It's like
it's not like full fantasy. Like there's no real world building. Like typically you just have to learn the magic system, but like it could be set like in Chicago. Like
so you don't get any backstory?
I mean, you still get backstory about like the characters and stuff, but there isn't as much like they lived in a magical castle on a hill. Like it's none of that. It's like they lived in a brownstone on the corner in Brooklyn. Like that's
I like that though. Cozies do that too, where they'll just be like living in Chicago or something, and she owns a magical bake shop. Like
yeah, exactly. Like yeah.
Hi Jess. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining us.
Tell us what you're reading.
Yeah. What kind of books do you read?
And do you have a booktube channel? Oh, do you have one, Robin?
I do. That's Spicy Miso Ramen.
Which is the best username ever.
Thank you. It just is impossible to find me, though.
I'm going to look you up.
And so, but on Twitter, she's Spicy Miso Robin. Which is
like, that's a cozy right there. That's a cozy title.
That is a cozy title, to be completely honest. Absolutely.
Completely unintentional.
Play on words. I know, like, I can never look at puns the same way, like, because there are a few cozy mystery titles that aren't puns, but like 95% of them are puns.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they keep coming up with them. Like,
it really is impressive how much they've committed to that decision. Yeah. Like all cozy mystery authors are just like, oh yes, I need a pun for my title.
How did it start? I have no idea, and how it keeps going. And there's like thousands, and how do they not? I've seen a few repeat titles, but they're so unique. It's just like the trend in YA when I was reading it was like a girl on the cover with a dress. Remember that? Like, is that still happening?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have one right here.
Which I like that series. Is it still happening? Like, do they still do that?
Not as much. I feel like it's all of the covers now are more like in depth. Like it feels like there's either nothing on the cover or there's like way too much on the cover. Like those are the two extremes that we have going on.
I can't find your channel. I just keep getting I just keep getting spicy ramen recipes.
That's why I'm like, it's impossible to find. Bad choice.
Okay.
If you no, you don't have Twitter, do you? Because I'm like, I've linked. You do?
Tiffany, can you message me the link on Twitter? Okay,
that's what I was going to say. Or she's in my subscription. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm just like ramen recipes is all funny.
Yeah,
I think I had to have her send me the link because of that. I was like, dude, all I'm getting is ramen recipes, which look amazing, and I'm hungry, but I still haven't found your channel.
That's awesome. Oh, Anne of the Island.
Jess is reading Anne of the Island by L.M. Montgomery. I haven't heard of that, but it sounds good.
That's the Anne of Green Gables, and I only read the first one, and I loved it because I love the movie, the one from like the 80s or 90s. And I read the first one and enjoyed it. I just never read it. I know it's an entire series. I think some booktubers did a readathon of it last year. I think
and isn't there? There's a new. There's a graphic novel version of Anne of Green Gables now that looks really gorgeous. Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I had no clue that Anne of Green Gables was so many books.
She's from the March Mystery Madness Discord too.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so me and Tiffany are participating in March Mystery Madness, which is a thing on BookTube where a lot of people are doing. You read all mystery books in March. So it doesn't have to be cozies. That's just our choice, but any type of mystery. So there's people doing classic mysteries, thriller mysteries, but it's so much fun. And there's like a Discord group. There's a lot of readathon. There's like readathon videos
and there's 8 prompts. You don't have to do them,
but there's the fun part.
There's 8 prompts that you can do. There's a 9th prompt that's like a bonus, but it's just people reading mysteries, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, like it's person, place, time, space, number, color, and weather, I think.
And single.
Single, yeah.
Yep.
So what other readathons or challenges are people doing in the month of March? I know middle grade March is something happening right now. And yeah, as part of why I'm reading Root Magic here. What else is happening in BookTube
I'm not
world?
doing it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not doing it, but the March Mammoth Challenge is also going on.
Oh, like big books?
Yeah, like real big books. Like I think it's 800 pages or more or something like that. Like really big.
So one book in a month. Yeah. So one book in a month.
I'm like, can I put 4 cozies together?
There you go.
Like, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. But I think that's going on. But I'm really excited. In April, they're doing a Amish in April challenge.
Oh,
I'm excited about that.
Like Amish theme books. So there's Amish cozy mysteries. There's, which I've never read. I'm excited to. There's like Amish romance. There's Amish contemporary.
I love that. Wild.
Yeah, it's only like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And then April, there was something else in April. I forget.
So Tammy said there's a spring readathon going on. Amy posted about spring readathon too. I know in April there is Eurovision-a-thon, which is something my friend Helen puts together based on the Eurovision TV show where it's like the singing competition. That sounds really cool.
I've heard of Eurovision. That sounds like so much fun. I wonder how long does the spring readathon last? Is it like a?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. They're the reason.
Hi, Scott.
They're like one of the big reasons I started BookTube, because they did a clue tag. So for the board game Clue, they thought of questions for it, and it was such a fun time. You guys should do it. And you could think of any book. It doesn't have to be a mystery.
Yeah,
this is super fun.
And so I love their channel, and I was watching it, and at the end, it's a married couple, Scott and Becky, and they both read a wide varieties, but like they both read romance together too, which is really cool. And so at the end of the tag, Scott's like, if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, just turn on the camera and do this tag. And so like between that and Tiffany asking me, I was like, okay. So I filmed my first video, and I was so nervous, but now I'm so excited. I'm like 5 videos in, and it's so fun. But you guys should look up that tag and do it for your channel. It's fun.
I think we've all been bugging you to start a channel, Cozy. Like the day that you said you've read over 500 cozies, we were all like, you need to start a channel.
Yeah.
I know. I need to go back and I need to go back and like talk about some of the books I've read. Those are so many.
Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It was nice meeting you. The clue tag is so much fun. So they did 4 rooms. It's 12 prompts altogether. It's 4 rooms, 4 people from the characters, and 4 weapons. And it was created by, like she said, the Bookish Bryants, like Becky and Scott, and then the Bookish Knitter, who's an awesome channel as well.
So like one question would be like Miss Peacock, and then there's a question related to that, and then like Gun, a question related to that. It's like
it's really Clue fun. Is my favorite board game. So when I saw it on Tiffany's channel, I was like, oh no, I have to do this tag. There is no choice. Like I have to do it.
So you saw the video. I hope you film it. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm trying. I did really poorly this week, like in terms of filming and editing. It just didn't happen, but I'm hopeful. I have the week off the last week of March, so I'm like fully ready to go. So
especially because the types of books you read, I'd be really interested seeing your answers for it, because it'd be so different than what we read.
Yes, absolutely. And it's been my favorite tag that I've like done, but it's also my favorite tag to watch, like to see people. So I like type it in to see who's like new that's done it. So I have you on notification anyway. So like,
are people doing it? I haven't really looked. Are a lot of people doing it, or a few?
I've seen a few people, but it's mainly like the people that have already done it. But like, I'm hoping that that more people do it because I it's so much fun. It's the most fun tag. Jessica, you should do it too.
I know. I want to see Jessica's answers because she reads such a wide variety of books. You read such a wide variety of books. I want to see your answers for it. And then Robin too. Like if it was an all sci-fi edition, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to listen to it.
Yeah, Robin, a full sci-fi edition would be awesome.
That would be cool.
So they said, we had so much fun with the tag, wanted to use all the characters and places, but that would have been like 21 prompts.
Oh my God.
True.
That's too many.
Yeah, true.
For sure.
I thought that it was brilliant to do 4, 4, and 4 and have the 12. I think that was, and it was great. It was so much.
Oh, can you go on Amy's comment about the spring readathon?
Yes. So spring into reading-a-thon. Started the 15th and ends on the 21st.
Oh.
We missed it. Darn.
I know. I was hoping it'd be like a 3-month spring readathon or something.
Yeah. All right. Should we do another sprint until 7:30? And then at 7:30, I will probably have to call it a night at that point. But we ready for more reading?
Yeah, I gotta finish my book. I'm so close, guys.
Yes.
I gotta see if
your new one.
I have 4 pages left. I'm ready to read. I don't blame you.
Into horror. Oh no.
April 1 to
That's
30th.
a great title, but no, thank you.
I'm springing the other way. Like, can I spring backwards?
I like horror. I'll give it a go, Tammy. I'm on board.
I'm gonna try to sit here the whole time because my dogs are just driving me crazy in the recliner over there.
Oh, no worries. All right, happy reading.
Happy reading.
Enjoy, everyone.
All right. How'd that go for everybody? April, did you finish your book? Or Robin? I don't know why I called you April.
You're muted.
Robin.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I did finish my book, yes.
Was it good?
It was good, yeah. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah.
No, but like, were you disappointed with the ending? Were you happy with it?
I was happy with the ending. Yeah, I was worried it was going to be a bad ending, but.
So did he annihilate everybody?
We're all. I
can't. Oh, okay.
No spoilers.
Okay. I got to page 80 in my book, and oh my god, it's so good. I think that people that are fans of adult contemporary would like it. The writing's really descriptive, and a lot of action happened in the part I was reading. And now there's a mysterious, attractive man that has a Scottish accent, and the writing is just so good. Oh my gosh, and it's reading more like a contemporary right now than a mystery. Like they just discovered the dead body, so now the mystery part's gonna happen. But Tiffany, definitely need to read it. It's so good.
Excellent.
I think Jessica and Kristen would even like it.
Oh.
So Robin, the Bookish Bryants are having a sci-fi reading event in November.
I did subscribe to you, the Bookish Bryants. I looked you up and
Awesome.
subscribed to you, so hopefully I'll join on for that too. That sounds cool. I like to do that.
Scott's really into sci-fi.
Nice.
They are really fun to watch together. They make the videos together. There's so much, and they have the cutest, like, I don't know if it's a bulldog or a Boston Terrier, but they have the cutest dog. It's so cute.
Oh, baby. I love
Tiffany, how did your reading sprints go?
It was really good. So, it's a reread, but I'm so bad at solving mysteries. I still have no idea. I remember some of the bigger things. Oh gosh, I'm horrible. Yeah. I remember the bigger things, and I remember I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But like, who did it? Nope. And I probably won't figure it out, but I'm really, really enjoying it. I really like Amish cozies. So hearse and buggy is going well.
I'm so excited to try one next month.
Oh goodness.
And Kristen, is the war started yet?
No. So they worked out like their personal issues. So here's to hoping that means they won't go to war. You never know. There are still so many like unresolved factors, but like the core group resolved. I mean, for the moment, they resolved their issues. So hopefully they won't have to go to war and we can just like wrap it up. But I still have like 100 pages left. So there's a lot of time for a war to happen. So
is there another book out in the series yet, or?
It's only the 2. It's a duology. So
if it's only a duology, something has to happen, right?
I know. Well, there's still like lots of loose ends, but I don't know what's gonna happen. There's like a couple random characters that really could just be like time bombs. Like at some point they're just gonna like explode and something crazy is gonna happen. I just don't know when or how.
I hope something happens with 100 pages left. I hope something awesome happens.
Me too, man. Jessica,
Robin,
how was yours?
Your second book?
Yeah.
Oh, me? I am like 20 pages away from being done with Root Magic, and this book is really good. Like, it's about these 2 twins, and they live in North Carolina in the 1960s, right around the time that North Carolina started to integrate the school system so that Black and white students are going to school together. And it like addresses the assassination of JFK, and it's really about these kids learning root magic from their uncle, and like how it just connects back to their ancestral history. And like I would say it's magical realism. Like, it's not in a fantasy world, but there's like elements of magic in it. And it's just really good. Like, it's such a good representation of, I feel like, the Black experience in this particular part of America at this particular period in time. But it's done in a way that like it's appropriate for a middle grade reader to be able to read and digest and understand. And the main character is she's just really lovable. So I will probably finish this tonight. at some point. So we've only got 20 pages left.
Who is the author?
Eden Royce is the author, and this is Eden Royce's first book. So
do you know
that's amazing. Like, I'm always so impressed when someone's first book gets so much like critical acclaim, and like people all over are just saying so many good things about this. So
is it a standalone?
Yes, it is a standalone.
I love that it's a middle grade book and they're interested and they're introducing those topics. That's great.
Yeah, really important.
That's really
so Jess Book Girl TV says, what are you all reading next month? We're doing a group mystery read next month. What was the mystery read again? Cozy Road?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna participate? Yay. It's A Dark and Stormy Murder by Julia Buckley. And I'm so happy Jessica's joining. Maybe Kristen can try it on audiobook or ebook and can be
I'll think about it. We'll see. We'll see. I'm adding it to my want to read list on Goodreads. Someone has to remind me though, because I'll forget about it before April starts.
So we're going to be discussing it the last Saturday in April, which I think is the 23rd or 24th.
Cool.
Yep.
And then Becky said that he's a Boston Terrier, their dog.
Oh, the dog is so cute. So cute.
I look forward to seeing the dog then.
And Tammy got to page 389 in her book. Awesome.
Hearst and Buggy is hilarious, Becky. I love that title. Oh, gosh.
But besides that, next month, there's like 10 days is the Amish in April. I'm going to try out the Amish Candy Shop series, which I've been hearing so much about. I'm excited. By Amanda Flower. She's like one of the most popular cozy mystery authors. So I'm going to be reading that.
And Tiffany did an interview with her. So you can check out the interview that she did.
It was so wonderful.
Yeah.
And I can say this because it's a good thing. Otherwise I wouldn't mention it. But like, she's emailed me a couple other times and just is like, hey, when I might, because she's training for a half marathon and we were kind of talking about that. And she's like, oh, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh.
I love when authors are good people. You find out.
Yeah. It's like you like them even more. Oh, and that series is so good. And so is the Matchmaking Amish series by her.
And then she has a Magical Bookshop series. I haven't tried her, but I'm so excited. And then another thing I have planned reading is a group read with the Bookish Bryants. I'm going to be reading, it's a reread for me, which I've never reread a cozy. It's going to be the first book in the Coffee House series by Cleo Coyle. It'll be Scott's.
I want to read that so bad. That has been on my read list for ages. So I'm going to have to make a note of that and read it with you guys.
We'll be discussing it, I think, the third week in April, the third week in April. On the Bookish Bryant's channel, I'm going to be guesting, and it'll be Scott's fourth cozy. He's just started to read cozies. Becky loves to read them, but Scott's just getting into it. And I thought it'd be one he liked because it's a little more gritty than your normal cozy mystery. And that series is great. I'm up to book like 11 on it. I think you'd really like it. So you should try that in April. So maybe you'll read 2 cozies in April.
Yeah.
It's a really good series. It really, really is. The Cleo Coyle one.
Yeah. So be sub to the Bookish Bryants and notifications, and we're going to be doing a live for that in the third week. Other than that, I'm just going to focus on series that I'm working on to catch up on.
Makes sense.
Does anybody else have reading plans for April?
Not really. I'm such a crazy mood reader. I know Jessica and I talked at one point. I might join in on her buddy read of Winter in the Lunar Chronicle series, which I read the first 3 books in that series like truly a million years ago. And then I just like stopped because I have a habit of doing that because I'm the worst. But this would be the moment that I continue with it. So that
I read Cinder a million years ago.
Yeah.
But I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really different. They're fairy tale retellings and it's like sci-fi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I really have been meaning to read Illuminae, which Robin, you probably know that because it's sci-fi. I just thought I've owned the first 2 books forever, and I saw the third one for like $4 on Book Outlet. So I own all 3 of them now. So I just like want to sit down and just like read all of them because I've had them on my shelves again forever. So that's
I haven't read past the first one, but like, let me tell you, that book goes by so fast, and it is so intense too that like you're gonna be glued to it. I'm so glad you're reading it, though. It's such a really neat style of how it's written.
I'm really intrigued by it because, like, I was just flipping through it the other day because I was trying to figure out what I wanted to read, and sometimes I'll just, like, flip through and whatever. And the way that, like, it is set up and, like, the fact that it has, like, logs and, like, email exchanges and, like, it's not just straight prose, I think that is such a cool way to set up a book.
There's literally, like, no prose in it at all. It's all
incredible
in different formats, and it's had to have been so difficult to write, too. But, like, they do such an awesome job with it, so you'll have to let me know what you think of it.
I will definitely let you know.
I haven't read that one.
That's really cool. I know I'm going to do the Amish in April. And then other than that, I always split my time between cozy mysteries and romance. And so I'm going to be doing the, of course, the book club, the Julia Buckley, Dark and Stormy. And then we'll be doing some announcements, Cozy and I doing some announcements about some other books that we're going to be taking on in April. But other than that, whoever asked, I split most of my time between romance and cozy mysteries.
But Tiffany just got a new library that she gets 20 credits. So she can go back and do series because she's used to reading out of order. And now she can go back to series. So I'm so excited for her.
Yeah, that's awesome. I called the biggest county in my state, which is Miami-Dade. And for $65 a year, you could have full access to all of their e-services.
Awesome.
And their hoopla is 20 books a month. And I'm like, you sold. That's like $5 a month.
Queen.
It's amazing.
I only get 3 on my hoopla.
Oh my gosh.
I have such a small area.
She was saying that when you fill in your address, there's a place for other states. So you guys should check it out because maybe if you don't live in Florida, you could still do it. $65 a year. That's like $5 a month.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jessica, my county here is 5. Yeah. So I was so excited to find
I think you can also do that through New York City public library systems.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they charge for that, but like
I think it's 100. Yeah. There's a few that she found it because she was jealous that I had such a variety of cozies at mine. So I remember reading an article where you can pay for a library service. And so that one wasn't on the list, but she got the idea and she called the one in her state. And I'm so excited for her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I bet the New York Public Library would have you could find anything you ever wanted because.
Yeah, but I hope they would have a lot of credits and it wouldn't be like 5 or 10.
Yeah, I've
never heard of 20 in my life. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, in the Miami-Dade system is 47 branches. That's incredible.
And you get Libby and Overdrive unlimited too.
Yeah. Tammy, for my birthday, I'm getting cozy mystery books. That's amazing, Tammy. If you know which ones or you need suggestions, let us know. We can definitely provide some.
And then I haven't read The Life After Coffee. What genre?
Virginia Franken.
No. Have you read that, Jessica?
Nope.
You're the person that I would figure if any of us had read it, it would be you because you read so much different stuff.
I like coffee themed anything.
I do too.
Like coffee is.
There's a lot of coffee themed cozies. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. So I'll definitely check out Life After Coffee.
Oh, and Becky, she said, "Ooh, sci-fi fairy tale retellings." Yeah, that's a YA sci-fi fairy tale retelling, and it's the Lunar Chronicles by
Marissa Meyer.
And then they said they're doing an big April group read. I've never heard of that book. I don't even know how to say it. Saga.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say it either, but it is
one of the Nordic sagas.
Yeah.
And then Sophia wants to join in on the Cleo Coyle buddy read. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like taking over.
We have another coffee addict in the group. Yes. It's secretly one of my dreams to have a coffee and bookshop that I own. Like, hopefully nobody gets murdered, but
I was just saying I could recommend a series for you.
But you could sleuth it out. Like, don't you? It's like it's almost like they're such like just realistic things. Like, oh, it's a baker that also solved crimes, that like if you're at work and something happens to you, you start investigating and then you get arrested for like interference. You're like, what? This happens all the time.
Yeah. Normally how they get around that in cozy mystery series is the main character will start dating the cop. But then, which I don't like, but then there are some authors that are really creative and they don't make that happen.
That's what happens in this one.
So it's definitely cozy-esque.
She falls in love with the detective.
And then she can get away with like meddling in there and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it started out a little bit rocky because she was meddling before they were in love.
Yeah.
But
and they're like,
fell in love.
That's 90% of how cozies kind of go is if they're not like starting a relationship with the cop, then it's their brother. The cop is their brother, or the cop hates them, like Cozy just said, or it's like a family member, or they have another somebody high up, like a mayor that's, or something like that, where there's like a connection.
And there is a part half coffee shop, half bookstore series by God, I can't think of it now, but it's one of my favorites. I forget what it's called.
Is it the Kathy Aaron series?
No, it's by a male author, Eric something. Hold on.
Alex Erickson?
Alex Erickson, yeah. That's a good series.
So soon.
Oh, it's coming up.
Happy almost
birthday.
Yes, I want to know what you get.
Me too. Tell us in the Discord. Do you have anything coming up?
Do you have any reading plans for April?
I'm very much a mood reader as well, so we'll see where that takes me. I got a lot of books that I pre-ordered that's coming out in April, so I'm looking forward to those. Yeah.
Nice.
Do you have anything planned on your channel, Jessica, for coming up?
On my channel, I have been doing, so sorry about the dogs. My boyfriend just got home. So. But I've been doing so much structured reading, like so many reading club books, reading challenges, buddy reads, like so far in 2021 that I'm kind of dying to just like have a month of no restrictions or like no plans. So like I have this buddy read of winter coming up. I'm going to read the cozy mystery with you guys. I'll probably read the Cleo Coyle one now. But other than that, like I just kind of want a month to just pick up whatever I want to read or clear out my Kindle or, so because I've had a very structured year so far and it's starting to get a bit tiring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my March has been so structured with the reading prompts that I'm like dying to read some other books I want to read too. Yeah.
Jess's thing, has anybody ever heard of that? It sounds intriguing. If it's like a vinyl record thing, somebody was talking about a vinyl record series in some discussion I was at the other day.
And Lizzie Faye's. I swear there's a topic for everything in books. It's so interesting.
That would be really a vinyl record. Like,
Becky, is that a Stephen King novel?
I was going to say, I think it is. And does it have to do anything with the JFK assassination? I don't know why. I think I've heard that. Is that the date that happened? I don't know. I feel like I've heard it has something to do with that. And it's huge, right? Isn't that book humongous?
All Stephen King books are humongous.
Yeah, pretty much. Except some of his earlier ones are shorter.
Like
Pet Sematary was fairly manageable. Like Pet Sematary, I think is like 200 to 300 pages, and then
like
Dolores
Under the
Claiborne
Dome is like 1,000.
I think is another shorter one.
Yeah.
A lot of them are mammoths.
It looks like this one it has something to do with JFK's assassination, and it is 849 pages long.
That's insane.
Have fun with that one, Becky.
That's insane. I don't know. That's some
an
investment.
And then the audiobook would probably be like 40 hours long or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an investment. right there.
But if the story's good, I like it because like I love like cozy mysteries. A lot of them, some of them only have 3 books in the series. A lot of them have like there's some books that have dozens in the series. And if it's something that I love when it's long because if it's short, it's over, it's done. So as long as it's done well, I love it when it's longer.
So Jess, is that the
so is it
nonfiction? The Vinyl Cafe Unplugged that you were talking about is the short stories surrounded by a cafe. That sounds really interesting. Yeah.
I wonder if it's fiction or nonfiction. That sounds good.
Sounds good, Jess. I'm going to look it up. It does sound like it's really interesting read.
Well, I'm going to have to call it a night here and go make dinner and get on with things. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining me and letting me host this week. I feel like we need to come up with a name for our little reading club that we have developed here. So
true.
Who's going to host next week? Robin, are you hosting? I think we haven't hosted on your channel yet.
Yeah, I can host if you want me to. I haven't done it yet, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, cool. I think everybody should take a turn just because it brings traffic to your channel, if nothing else. I mean, like it's, it would definitely be your turn. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me. I know you guys have an established group. I don't want to get on it because I already have my thing with Tiffany. But if ever you need a backup, let Tiffany know and she'll tell me. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, you're welcome to join us. You're welcome to join us. You can be part of the club. You're in our chats all the time anyway, so you're in the club.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I know you guys just from being a guest, but it was fun like joining in. And if any of you decide to read cozy mysteries, you're more than welcome to join in on me and Tiffany's.
Nice.
Or
I'm pulling them in. It's a slow process, but it's.
We have cookies and murder over here. It's great.
Incredible. What more can you ask for, honestly?
I mean, there's recipes for delicious things, and then you turn the page and there's a dead body. I mean, what more do you need?
I love it.
They're charming towns that you'd love to live in, but you just got to be careful because there's normally a murder every month. So
yeah, the town's like 800 people. Like, think about like Murder, She Wrote. Like,
I'd be scared.
Cabot Cove, Maine, where Jessica Fletcher, like Murder, She Wrote. I'm like, dude, I love Jessica Fletcher, but I'm just telling you, if I'm at an event where she shows up, I'm leaving out of abundance of caution because somebody's going down.
Gotta go. Love it.
All right. Well, have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Bye.